AirPods Max 2 are the surprise update to Apple's premium over-the-ear headphones, now offering feature parity with the AirPods Pro 3 and AirPods 4, thanks to the H2 chip inside. The $549 price tag makes some kind of sense. You don't have to be a big audiophile to love the AirPods Max 2, but considering how Apple has mistreated the product in the past, you have to be a little bold to buy them yourself. AirPods set the format for modern wireless earbuds in 2016. They pair instantly to your iPhone, then sync and seamlessly switch between all your devices. AirPods Pro later introduced active noise cancellation, and AirPods Max brought the same awesome technology to full-size headphones. But in the years since, Apple barely touched AirPods Max. While updates to Apple's earbuds added smart features like conversation awareness, adaptive audio, voice isolation, and personalized volume, the AirPods Max stayed stuck on the H1 chip, which couldn't power any of that. A very minor revision in September 2024 switched up the colors and the port on the bottom, but with none of the new guts. Now we know that this is the real AirPods Max 2, with the H2 chip and all. These are properly new headphones. But was it worth the wait? The design remains absolutely exquisite. Just like with the signature white corded earbuds, there's no mistaking them for anything else when you spot somebody wearing a pair. The cans themselves are big, clean, unadorned, rounded rectangles. The clean design draws your attention to all of the other details. The ear pads flex Apple's incredible fabric knitting technology, an underrated piece of their manufacturing prowess. The L and R, designating left and right, aren't printed in white. Instead, Apple knitted the letters into the ear cups with a denser texture. The bottom of the headphones look a little busy. You have the USB-C port, the light, a few microphones, and a thin plastic line that's probably some sort of antenna opening. The cans themselves are a bit thicker than the product photos suggest. Those rounded corners are slimming. A polished, hinged stainless steel arm connects each ear cup to the center headband. The ear cups swivel and rotate like a joystick. When you stretch them out to take the headphones on or off, they make a nice click as they bottom out. The steel arms slide out to adjust the length. There's no awkward plastic clicking, it's all perfectly smooth. The headband is made of the softest, smoothest rubber you will ever feel. Its mesh netting on the inside has just the right amount of give. But concerns that it'll stretch over time are probably valid. Time will tell if it's any better on this revision. AirPods Max 2 come in the same 5 colors as the prior USB-C version: Midnight, Starlight, Blue, Purple, and Orange. On a scale of color vibrancy, the MacBook Air being on one side with barely any color at all, and the iPad 11 being the opposite side, undeniably bright and vibrant, these are somewhere in the middle, but a little closer to the colorful side. They have enough color to where you can obviously tell what they are in most lighting conditions, but they're not quite as punchy. The orange, for example, is a little more peach than it is cosmic orange. I lump it in the same category as I would the MacBook Neo. The AirPods Max ear pads are the most comfortable I have ever felt, bar none. I have big ears and thick glasses, so headphones that don't squeeze me into a headache after a full workday are hard to find. Each side rotates all around and swivels up and down, so they snugly fit your noggin. The pads are very pillowy, thick and plush around your ears. They cushion around my glasses without pinching them into my head. The weight isn't as big of a problem as I've been led to believe, having heard people complain about it incessantly since 2020. The headband distributes the weight over a rather large surface area on the top of your head. Yeah, aluminum is heavier than plastic, but it doesn't make my neck hurt. It's no Vision Pro. If there's any downside, the weight means they jostle around on my head if I'm anything more than stationary. If I'm walking around, running up and down the stairs, I can feel them sliding back and I need to readjust them constantly. So many people have wondered what it would be like if Apple made a full-size camera. It's remarkable what the iPhone can do with such a tiny sensor. Imagine if Apple had a full-frame camera to play with. AirPods Max are the audio equivalent of that. In my AirPods Pro 3 review, I wrote that the audio quality is beyond excellent for tiny earbuds. It's excellent, period. AirPods Max are to the AirPods Pro what a hypothetical full-size Apple camera is to the iPhone. Put on the AirPods Pro 3 and you'll experience an impressive range and soundstage. And then you put on the AirPods Max and you're blown away. It doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to. I rocked out to Driftless Pony Club and the Beatles, headbanged my way through Lady Gaga and Lizzo, contemplated the classical music of Gustav Holst and Wynton Marsalis, cried softly in a corner to Ethel Cain. The sheer clarity across the entire sound spectrum is unparalleled. You will notice so many extra layers to tracks you've listened to hundreds of times before. And that's before you plug in the included USB-C cable for true lossless quality. The sound is simply stunning. AirPods Max 2, just like their predecessor, come with a digital crown and a second button. The crown, which controls volume, also clicks to play, pause, and skip media. Just as with the Apple Watch, you hold the crown to activate Siri, if you really want to. Click and hold the other button to enter Bluetooth pairing mode to connect it to a PC, Android device, or Nintendo Switch. To change your listening mode, you just click the button. It's super fast and the button is really easy to find without looking. The equivalent click and hold gesture on the AirPods Pro is a little too slow, especially if you have to do it multiple times to get to the mode you want. However, the digital crown is extremely annoying. It's not obvious which way you're supposed to spin it to adjust the volume. It's really obvious on the Apple Watch that you turn it up to turn the volume up. But the digital crown on the AirPods Max is mounted sideways. There's a setting where you can change whether you increase volume by turning it back to front or front to back, whatever that means. It's about as useful as a setting to choose whether a coin should be heads or tails before you flip it. When you turn the digital crown, you hear a little clicking sound as feedback, but the clicking doesn't get any louder or quieter, so you don't actually know if the next sounds you hear are going to be either barely audible or deafeningly loud. Unlike the AirPods Pro, the Mac doesn't show the system volume indicator when you're adjusting the volume. It's also way too sensitive. On the Apple Watch, it takes a good few spins to make a meaningful difference to the volume. And that's a safety feature. You don't want to butterfinger your way into something that's way too loud. On the AirPods Max, a single rotation takes you from mute to maximum volume. If you really quickly click the button, you might accidentally spin it a little bit. So all that is to say, I just stuck with the volume buttons on my keyboard and phone. Thanks to finally receiving the H2 chip inside, AirPods Max 2 finally have the same smart features as AirPods Pro 2 and Pro 3, as well as AirPods 4. Adaptive audio has easily become my favorite listening mode, and the smart head gestures to respond to Siri are a real gem as well. Taking the AirPods Max off to pause media doesn't react as fast as taking an AirPod out of your ear, and that's understandable since it doesn't have a sensor directly touching your skin. But what's annoying is that when I put them back on, I hear that sound effect every time, even if it's just a few seconds later. Apple only gives vague relative comparisons on the strength of active noise cancellation across models and between generations. AirPods Pro 2 offer twice the ANC power of the original AirPods Pro and the AirPods 4. AirPods Pro 3 offer twice the ANC of that, so I guess we can conclude they're 4 times as powerful. AirPods Max 2 offer 1.5 times the Pro-level active noise cancellation of the original AirPods Max, but we don't have any way to compare that to the earbuds. Anecdotally speaking, the AirPods Max 2 feel a little stronger than the Pro 3, and for maximum active noise cancellation, you can wear both at once, connected to 2 separate devices, after a lot of fighting with the automatic pairing and switching. Everyone complains about the weight of the AirPods Max, which I actually don't have a problem with at all. So what about the smart case? Is that as bad as everyone says? Yes. For starters, it's barely a case at all. It's a floppy and flaccid layer of faux leather. You open the magnetic flap, slide in your AirPods Max, and snap it shut. It's faster than unzipping a case, but at what cost? Does it actually protect the headphones? It covers the already sturdy aluminum cans with a thin layer of felt, while the most delicate looking part, the mesh headband, is completely exposed to be punctured by anything sharp in your backpack. And the part that it does cover, it doesn't even cover entirely. It leaves the corners completely exposed. The smart case is made of a single piece that's cut and folded up into its shape like origami. It's only impressive if you work in the fields of manufacturing or topology. Otherwise, it's just strange that it has a big crack in the front and an ugly crease in the back. The felt inside and the faux leather outside feel nice to the touch, but the edges where they meet look like they're fraying, like a manufacturing defect. The edges actually feel sharp. It would be a clever piece of design for a piece of cardboard or wax paper packaging, but it just doesn't work as a real product. You can buy a real case for like $40 on Amazon. AirPods Max 2 sound absolutely exquisite. They deliver all the smart, convenient features you're used to on AirPods in a form factor that can really let the audio quality shine and speak for itself. But as good as they are, Apple's prior treatment of this product line does not instill confidence. This big update with the H2 chip comes 3.5 years after it debuted in the AirPods Pro 2. Late enough for there to be credible rumors of an H3 chip coming later this year. So will these be outdated in 7 months and then wither away on the shelves for another 5 years? If you're interested in AirPods Max 2, get them now while the getting's good. I'm Griffin Jones with Cult of Mac.